Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, everyone. Hi, everyone. There we go. I know y'all just had lunch. I'm probably like, man, I don't really want to be here. So my name is Demetrius Amparan. I am a poet, a HBO featured poet, hip-hop artist from the south side of Chicago. I'm a former director at a nonprofit called Young Chicago Authors in the city that really helps young people find their voices in writing and poetry. I'm a current manager at A Better Chicago. And also I like to always add this, I'm a father of two beautiful little girls, so y'all could probably guess what's the hardest out of all of those. But yeah, so I have a beautiful poem for y'all, but before I do it, I wanted to tell y'all a little bit about who I am. When I was 16 years old, I lost my best friend to a hit-and-run accident by a drunk police officer. I was at Morgan Park High School, and I was continuously under the specter of violence. CPS's student death toll was at its highest since the early 90s, and to be completely honest with y'all, I wanted to give up. I didn't know where to go. I couldn't show emotions. I didn't even have basic human emotions to be able to show. Long story short, it was Young Chicago Authors who found me and gave me an opportunity to do a poem that went viral about my best friend who passed. And ever since then, I've been able to travel all around the world and do this work. And the reason why I do this work is because I believe that the most remarkable young people come from the humblest of places, places just like mine, and I'll always work for those people. So this poem that I have for y'all today is called, If I Were Mayor, This Is What I Would Do, after Lauryn Hill and Nas's If I Ruled the World. I love my home, but it doesn't always love young people who grew up like me. Maybe it doesn't know how to love. Maybe we could teach it to love everyone equally. As a child, I was taught that an education changes everything. And I held on to that belief even as hope faded like faces in classroom seats. There's a problem when remarkable young people don't get the same chance to grow. When 86% of our school system is poor and black and brown and getting 89 cents on the dollar of their counterpart. If I were mayor, my first act would be for all our people to imagine the angels of access and opportunity, to understand what it's like to wake up with a rumbling in your belly, to learn about food deserts while starving. Imagine walking to school in a war zone, the weight of the world in your backpack, your heart, a tiny vessel on your sleeve that you don't show. Imagine hiding your emotions and having a face of stone, going through every problem you've ever faced all on your own. Imagine the masks you'd wear, the ramifications of always acting like everything is okay, the feeling of being prey, and you're exhausted and irritable, and your school lunch has more additives than your ragged textbooks. Now imagine waiting for your chance to dream. Now imagine that dream festered. Every day, I try to resuscitate grandeur in the eyes of young people that come and try to survive in the most remarkable of places. I try to teach them poetry as a means of escape. Most of the times, their hands are shackled in a prison that's oddly a school. And I watch as they write pages and pages of what they would do to change the city. The first thing they asked is to stop acting like everything is okay. That the hardest part of facing inequities is the people who act like you're just the same. They asked us to acknowledge the intention, the school pipelines to prison, the hospitals that make you die faster, the jobs you don't get, the hustles they do pick, the colleges that won't accept them, the high schools that don't prep them, the cul-de-sacs that separate our neighborhoods, the prices that gentrify them, the city blocks we don't traverse, the trauma that comes with another day, the social workers we defund, the kids we do fund, the feeling of having no one. Their final ask was for me to be mayor. At 16 years old, they thought it was too late for them. Our young people deserve a system that isn't set up to destroy them. No kid should feel like their God doesn't work, that their prayers are on hold. If I were mayor, I would teach all of us to give empathy a chance. a chance to bring equity and hope to a world that so desperately needs it, to open your heart even when you don't understand. We'll still pay all our bills. Parking will still be a universal and equity for everybody in the city. And if I fail, at least our young people would know that they were loved. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it.